super late tonight, but it is Saturday night! How we doing, folks? How's everybody doing? Is anybody still waiting for me to come on tonight? I know I am super late. Kitty's with me. Kitty still waited for me. Jana. Laurel. Jennifer. Not first tonight, Jennifer. Hey, Adele. Sorry I'm late, everybody. I was on a call late, and yes, I am very late, Kitty. I apologize for that. I was on a call and looked up and said, oh my, I'm supposed to be live. Hey, Ann. Hey, Dawn. Rick. Hey, Lori. I will get you tomorrow, Lori. I'll catch up to you. Alexa. How is things in Texas tonight, Alexa? Miss Pasadena is in the house. Love it. Love it, Jenny. I'm glad everybody's still here too, Kitty. Hey, Mandy. I appreciate it. I was on the phone with a store owner, and it just went long. I swear in their email they said it would only take 20 minutes, and I'll have to look it up. I think Kitty was first, Adele, tonight. I think you missed it slightly. According to my screen, anyways, and I don't know if, am I the official screen? I just think it's funny that everybody's racing to be first, but I am truly sorry that I'm late tonight. Nana wanted to cut me off. She said, you don't have time to pour a drink tonight. I said I still had time to pour scotch. I was going for gin tonight, but I had time for scotch. Hot and breezy in Albuquerque. Marianne, how are you? How's little Missy? Well, tomorrow's the little Missy visit, so I'll get my little Missy update tomorrow. Hey, Joanne. What is everybody grateful for this Saturday night? What are we all grateful for on Saturday night here tonight? Angela, hello.
I'm trying to invade your space.
Karen. Good to have you all with us. What are we feeling grateful for on Saturday night? Tonight. Beautiful weather today, Nancy. Yeah, it was nice here today. A little breezy, but it was a gorgeous day outside. Culver's for little Missy tomorrow. All right. Kitty had a good day of sales. Kelly was able to deliver purchases to customers stuck at home. Karen's been found. Oh, if she behaves. Little Missy gets Culver's no matter what. Hey, Barb. Yes, our members who opened today and said they did well. That's very encouraging. Yay, Alexa, that's so good. Jenny's grateful for online sales. Valerie's got Abe. Warm weather in Newfoundland. What's that mean, Karen? It got up to like minus 12? Yes, and the Rachel Hollis Rise Conference, Cassandra did that today. Jana got her PPP funded today and great sales. Michelle, are you going to jail? No, you are not going to jail, but it sounds like you'll need another call. 65 Fahrenheit. I didn't know you guys knew what that was in Newfoundland. Karen, that's great. Dana's joining us tonight. This is a lot of good news. We have a lot. Ooh, that went down the wrong pipe. We have a lot to be grateful for tonight. That's awesome. You're bilingual. Fargo's a buzz. Now that just sounds funny, Twiggy. I'm sorry, but Fargo's a buzz. Maybe my mind is leaping off a thing there, but I'm thrilled that people were out and shopping in Fargo. That is awesome news. Awesome, awesome, awesome news. So excited. So excited for so many. Diane's with us. Okay, I'm going to get us started since I'm already so late here tonight. That means that, it doesn't change when Cassandra's got dinner ready, so I am going to get working on this, although, like Angela, she was, hooked to the RISE conference today. So we will start off with our Good Morning, Good Night book. Our Good Morning, Good Night book is how we start off the program every night. Our good morning today. Good morning from the younger version of you, who couldn't wait to be you at this age right now. Well, that's a good start to our good morning on this sunny Saturday. If you haven't done it, make sure you check out the Nart's newsletter. The Nart's May newsletter is in your email box. It is filled with lots of great stuff, as Laurel talked about it, right? Laurel talked about it earlier today and how awesome it was and amazing, and all the great tidbits and how it spoke to her. And that is huge. So I am glad and very happy that these articles speak to you. A lot of work goes into that every month. I always love, as I travel around to stores, there tends to be articles that they post. You never hear about it as an author of these, but you go into a store and you find an individual article written by someone. It could have been 10 years ago, posted to their wall. And I always love finding those in stores posted. It really is important. We take a lot of time with that, all of us that author it. You could be a guest author anytime you want. You just send an article to write what comes to you and send it to Adele, and she'll work it into an issue. Hey, Erica. Jennifer's with us. Chris joined us tonight. That's awesome. All right. So it's a light night tonight. Light but heavy? I don't know. Light night tonight. Okay, so, tomorrow, I'm glad to hear that, Erica, that you love. So tomorrow is Self-Care Sunday. Self-Care Sunday, that means it's about you, taking care of you, and doing something for you. That is Self-Care Sunday. All right, we have made that sort of a baking competition on Self-Care Sunday. A cooking baking competition is what Self-Care Sunday has sort of turned into. So every Self-Care Sunday I tend to come up with a recipe. And I was sitting at my computer and this recipe spit out of my printer. So I don't know if Cassandra plans on making this, but this is the recipe that I went with for Self-Care Sunday since it was on my computer printer. And this will post to the Nart's Facebook group later tonight, and Adele will get it over to the Resale Strong page so that we can all be Resale Strong and bake. This is kitchen sink cookies recipe. Kitchen sink cookies recipe. The kitchen sink cookies recipe brings together everything you love about desserts into one cookie. Well, we could work on drink recipes. You are the unofficial drink recipe maker, Jennifer. I'm just saying. So the kitchen sink cookie recipe brings together everything you love about desserts into one cookie. The soft cookies are combined with the crunch of pretzels, with caramel and chocolate chips, and then topped with sea salt. These cookies are sweet and salt and soft and crunchy and are absolutely amazing. I have not had them, but that is what it says. This recipe will be online later tonight, and hopefully somebody will make them and tell me they're really, really good. It's what I'm having for dessert tonight. No way! They are being made in my kitchen as we speak. As I speak. I didn't think they were being made because I didn't bring down the recipe yet, but it was on my printer. Huh?
Can I have that copy?
You can have that copy. That's your copy, actually.
I know, you stole it.
I stole your copy. But I figured since you were watching Rise that I didn't need to,
Okay, if you don't want it, that's fine.
No, I want cookies. I like cookies. There's not much of a cookie. Well, maybe like some kind of weird banana oatmeal something cookie I wouldn't like, but I like cookies. Hey, the Acostas are joining us tonight, and Bailey's here, and Bailey says hi, Cassandra. Hey, Bailey, she says. And Joni and family. So, yes, that is that is our Self-Care Sunday recipe. It will be posted later because Self-Care Sunday is an important day. You're all going at 1,000,000 miles an hour. You need to slow down just a tiny bit. Go. Just park it for a little bit. I've got a busy day. I'm a little further behind on calls than I planned on. In the last few days, you guys ramped up calls, but that's actually a topic. So I've heard from several of you today, as a matter of fact, that you hesitated to reach out to me because you know how busy I am. And I appreciate the sentiment. I truly do. I very much appreciate the sentiment. But each one of those people that hesitated to call had real things that they really needed help with. So your concern is just as much as anybody else's, and I am happy this is what I do. This is the role I play in this pandemic is to get us all to the other side, okay? So it's something that I can do, it's something I'm good at, and it's something I'm here to help you with. So don't sit on your problems saying, I wish I could talk to Neil, but he's so busy, I don't want to bother him, okay? And these are from people that know me really, really well, okay? This isn't even like somebody who thinks they know. These are people that I talk to in normal times all the time, okay, that are afraid to contact me. Don't hesitate to contact me. I return all the calls. I happen to catch my minutes this month on my phone. I have over 70 hours of talk time, and that's just regular dialed talk this month on my Verizon bill. And and that doesn't include all the FaceTimes I do, because I prefer to do FaceTimes so that I can see you and we can talk and I can make sure you're understanding what I'm saying in your situation. Hey, Angie. Thank you, Karen. Encourage people to bother me. Oh, Jennifer, I love working with the Welties. Sage, if you're emailing me about the PPP, some numbers, you're going to include your PPP amount. You're going to include your number of full-time people. You're going to include whether you're open or closed, what state you're in is important. And whether you're a corporation, LLC, or a sole proprietor, and whether you're on the payroll or not, are some good things to include. But I'll ask you questions and we'll get through it. I mean, don't worry about the time. I mean that's why I'm late tonight, is because I was on with somebody else. Okay, and our call went a little long. It was a FaceTime call, so it wasn't even included in my 70 hours of minutes that are my phone calls this month. But that's what I'm here for. That's what I do. And my family is happy to farm me out to do that, because otherwise I could be irritating them about something. You muddled a cucumber Hendricks Martini. See, I wanted to get out the gin tonight, Kurt, but I was running so late already. I was 10 minutes late for this that I just poured the scotch. Although, I don't think you were here the other night to mourn the passing of my favorite Scotch glass. My favorite Scotch glass, the one with all the that freezes in the middle and everything, passed away the other night. It didn't bounce well off the dishwasher. And anything you got a question about, okay, I call everybody back. Okay, everybody gets a call return. Nobody is ignored. Okay? If anybody was going to get ignored, I'd ignore myself. But nobody gets ignored. I promise you that. I return every call, so do not hesitate. Okay? Really. I mean, I've had friends hesitate. I know you're so busy. Okay? Don't. I felt so bad that they hadn't reached out. Okay? They're regular callers in good times. Hey, Glenda, how are you? How's things in Canada? Did you apply, Glenda, okay, for the wage subsidy this week? Did you get your application in for the wage subsidy? Okay, if you haven't gotten in for the wage subsidy, I want you in on that. Because that is super important. Guinness and Scotch at North Carolina Hopscotch. Love it, Kurt. But my Canadian friends, make sure you get in your application in on the Canadian wage subsidy. The landlord relief is coming. That is awesome. And quite honestly, cheers to Trudeau for, slipping in the assault weapons ban during this time too. I really commend his leadership for that during this time. I mean, that is something to slide in that I really commend him for. I mean, that's really cool. So, what do we got going on tonight? Oh, that's awesome, Glenda. I'm very happy. That's going to really help you. That's going to be huge. That's going to be huge, especially as you get back on your feet here after this. That the way Canada is handling this, okay, I mean, it's best said that adults are running the show. And it's not, there's plenty of politics in Canada, don't get me wrong, there is. But they are jumping to the forefront between the loan and the way it converts to a grant, between the rent subsidy. The way they're handling all of this and making it really, really simple is a model for nations around the world. Truly a model, the way the Canadians are handling it. I'm super proud to be working with people in Canada, and it's really, I use that as an example when I talk to members of Congress right now, because the way they're dealing with things and just getting the job done is awesome. The regular EIDL loan app, it hasn't opened yet. The EIDL Advance really hasn't opened yet. They're funding existing EIDL Advances, Jenny. The EIDL will be opening back up. They're updating. They've been focusing on the re-release of the PPP and making sure everybody that's supposed to get it is getting it, and the mega companies are not getting it. So they've been really focused on that. They will be reopening the EIDL. They're updating it for because in the new version of the EIDL, farmers will also be accepted into the program. So they will be opening that back up, I hope soon, for applications. They are funding and processing all existing applications. Again, the biggest thing that I've seen stop an application, okay, the biggest thing, and it sounds so simple, they even ask you for it again. The biggest thing that is making applications come to a screeching halt is changing your bank information, okay? Either because you closed your existing accounts and opened new accounts for one reason or another, or because when it asks you for the account to confirm your account information, you're in the loan portal and you are confirming your account information, it says you can change it, and you do. If you change it, your application will spin into Never Never Land. Okay? So, keep your banking information as much as safely as possible. If your bank's been hacked, do not do that, but Again, as Julie mentioned in her video the other day, and as I have talked about frequently, keep on checking your bank accounts. The banking system is prime for hackers right now, and lots of business owners are not looking at their bank accounts because they're kind of depressed about them. So keep that in mind as we move forward through this. So the two hot topics of Saturday here today have been that I've spent the most time on. Yes, Dana, you are on my call list. I saw you. I'm almost to where you are. I'm a couple calls, probably tomorrow. Yeah, I gotta work on something for you, Chris. I gotta figure yours out. I'm gonna try to get to you tomorrow or Monday, Chris, so that we can talk strategy on that to get that unstuck. Because I want to get that yours unstuck. Yours should not be stuck. Yours should be funding, and I want to make that happen for you. But we'll have to work on a strategy for that. So let's see. Two topics of things are unemployment and the PPP. So let's deal with unemployment first. Many states, not all states, but many states offer the ability. Again, I've talked about this before. But many states offer the ability for you to bring employees back at a reduced schedule and for them still to collect some unemployment, okay? And what's most important to many employees, or most important to make it look, to let employees know how much you care about them, okay, is if there's a way in your state, even for a week or two, that they can collect the extra $600, okay? And many states have an option like that. So I'm going to talk about that again briefly, and I'm going to give the example of Massachusetts. Some states make it really easy. Other states, like I was just working on Kentucky, they complicate a ham sandwich. They're like Congress, okay? If you could complicate a ham sandwich, they do it. And this is from the Jewish guy. Okay. Some of you will get that joke. Okay. So some states, you can still have part-time income and still collect unemployment. And to trigger the $600, you have to have $1 in unemployment income to trigger that. As long as they're collecting $1 from the state in unemployment, well, Florida's just I don't have polite words for what Florida is right now, Jennifer, on unemployment. Okay? But in many states, not all states, okay, and northern states are better than southern states in a general broad brush sense, okay, you can collect if you collect anything from unemployment, even $1, okay, in unemployment benefits from the state, the federal unemployment of the extra $600 from the CARES Act will kick in. For example, in Massachusetts and Florida, when Florida finally fixes and gets through all their mess, everybody will get their money back pay. I mean, they will get it back to whenever it was. When Florida is absolutely the worst in the country right now for unemployment. Okay, so to give a partial example, and many states follow a similar math example, you can earn 1/3 of your unemployment benefit amount, or 25% in other states, without affecting your benefit amount. After your earnings exceed that amount, your benefits are reduced dollar for dollar until it exhausts your benefit, and you're considered fully employed by the state for that benefit week. So let's do the math. Hey, Catherine's joining us. Hey, Dana, am I correct that you're in California but your store's in Florida, so that I shouldn't call you at like 9 a.m. someday? I just want to make sure of that. That was sort of like a side question. Just a side question there, Dana. I just want to make sure I don't call you at 9 a.m. and wake you up at 6 or something like that. So let's do the math. Let's say you have a $15 hour employee. $15 an hour employee. So like You're in Indiana and Jennifer hires Kurt for $15 an hour. And Kurt works 40 hours that week. Kurt would earn $600 a week in gross wages, or about $300 a week in unemployment. So in Massachusetts, if Kurt was working in Massachusetts, he could earn $100 or 6.6 hours, 1/3 of his $300 in unemployment earnings, and get full unemployment. So he could earn $100 from us and would get $300 from the state and get $600 from federal. Okay, Dana, I'm glad you're on East Coast time. Thank you. If, let's say, you put Kurt back at 20 hours, they'd be able to earn $300 from you. The first $100 would not reduce their unemployment, but the other $200 would. So they'd earn $300 from you, $100 from unemployment, and the $600 from the federal government to get a total of $1,000 a week. Okay? So that is an example of math that many states follow some version of that. And if you can do that, you know, depending on your employment needs and the needs to fulfill your PPP, if that's something you can do for your employees, that's great. If it's something you can't do and still fulfill the needs of your PPP, that's okay too. If you got, you know, part of this is keeping people employed. There are over 30 million unemployed Americans in this country. Those are the ones collecting. 30 million people collecting. That doesn't include all the people that haven't been able to collect. It doesn't include Florida, okay, for example. Okay? It doesn't include. There are a lot of unemployed people. If anyone thinks that the job market in August, you know, there's this myth that people will collect till the end of July and then they'll go out and find another job, okay, that the job market in August is not going to look amazing. I don't have a crystal ball, but if I did, I don't have a crystal ball, I have common sense. It's not going to look as good in August as it did in January of this year. It's just not. So we want to, the reality is, yes, we want to help our employees, but we help them most by offering them employment, okay? And offering them employment and security with that they're not going to get in the open market come August. If they think they're going to have the summer off and everything, they're going to get real depressed when that $600 stops. And I can tell you from all my conversations with people in Washington, there is no appetite to extend the $600, the extra $600. There is talk, okay, of doing another stimulus check, an extra $1,200 a person. There is talk of that, but that's not the same as $600 a week, okay? So salary, Chris, in your example, you could do half, would be an example. Martha, it depends on your state what you should put for wages on the UI application. Many states are using a divisor of your net profit for sole proprietor draw income. Okay. That's correct, Michelle. You have 2 phone interviews set for Monday. I talked to one store today that had a person move from another state, was a Talbot's manager for 5 years, okay, can't collect unemployment, wants a job, and is thrilled to start on Monday. Thrilled, excited. So you're getting a very experienced person that actually knows that not only is a manager for Talbot's, I believe they worked for Talbot's before that, okay, so knows how to style people, how to help people with outfits and everything. And get there. Yeah, some people are giving bonuses, Angela, in these times to compete not only with other places, okay, but to compete with hazard pay. Most of the Targets and Costco's and other things are giving hazard pay right now. It's limited time. These are jobs that are not going to exist 6 months from now. The 200,000 people that Walgreens or Walmart hired in the last month are jobs that aren't going to exist. They're like holiday seasonal jobs that are going to get eliminated. Yes, they will keep the best of the people, but they will work them differently. They are not providing the community that you provide. Okay, they are not providing the employment flexibility that you provide. They are not providing the smile that you provide. Okay, and that's okay if some people choose that. I was working with a restaurant today that is worried about, people leaving and everything else. And that's okay. There are 30 million documented collecting unemployed people in this country. Okay, that's just the documented ones. Okay, easy guess is there's another 10 million that are undocumented. It is probably much higher than that. Okay, there are people that are hungry to work. There are people that will come in and take their spot. Okay, yes, it's disheartening a little bit because of the family that we try to create in our businesses, and it is hard. But there are plenty of people that are excited to come to work. There are plenty of our team members that want to get back to work. Saw one today who wants to get back to some level of normal and everything else. And I'm hopeful in Massachusetts we get that opportunity soon. The governor's under a lot of pressure from the florists to allow us to, because in Massachusetts we can't even have an employee that's not an owner in the building right now. Vina, it depends on the state. I can't recall off my top of my head what Indiana's rules are. Email me so I don't forget, Vina, and I will take a look at it for you and see what the options are for that. Kitty took and offered employees $2 extra an hour bonus to be paid the last week before her PPP ends, and they were thrilled. Okay? It doesn't take a lot. The difference is, Chris, to your question, is under the law regarding that is under the Family Leave Act, part of the CARES Act. They made a family leave part of the CARES Act that allows for that. Okay, and it's for companies over 50 people that requires that. It was emergency paid leave that is part of the CARES Act, and all companies larger than 50 have to participate in it. You don't have to participate. You can opt out of it if you are under 50. If you haven't applied for the PPP, get your application in. That is a huge thing. So you want to get your application in. If you don't, yes, it is, Walona. I'm not, again, I am not the guy who writes these rules and laws. I'm just helping you interpret them. And the whole Federal CARES Work Act poster is in the narts.org/resale strong page. narts.org/resale strong has all the resources we talk about here posted for all to see, including the Federal CARES Act poster, which even if you opt out of, you are responsible for posting. Yes, that's fine. That's what a lot of the big guys did. That's actually Costco's bonus plan required you to work through the months of the surge to be able to get the bonus. They were giving a $2 an hour bonus, $2 or $3 an hour bonus Costco was giving Angela, but you had to work through the period. Costco got some good press, some bad press on that, but that is what they did. And again, any wage change you want to make a bonus, not a wage change. You don't want to change somebody from $12 to $14 an hour and then change them back from 14 to 12. That could cause you a labor law issue, so do not do that. It is not automatic to opt out of the Federal CARES Act. The actual name of the paid family leave is escaping me, Jennifer. But they haven't developed the form to opt out of it. Okay? So it is not automatic. There will be an opt-out, and I will let you know once there is a form to opt out. But it is essentially that you have to say that that participating in would cause an undue financial pressure on the business. It's a low bar threshold that you have to give as a reason of why you are opting out. So, and lastly for tonight, if you do not already have your PPP application in, it's okay to opt out of it when it's out, Jennifer. Don't worry about it. Do not let this keep you up at night. Yeah, well, you're under 50 and tell them you're opting out of it. You are not participating in it. Of course you had somebody. You always have the exceptions. Do not let this keep you up at night. Okay? Do not let it keep you up at night. Okay? My nervous person in Naples, go bake some kitchen sink cookies. It will make you feel better. And if you have no place to send them, you know my address. Gwen, you're the governor of you, and you're the governor of your store, okay? You have to decide what you're doing and what you're willing to enforce. I personally think, and all the guidance that I have gotten on this, it is not incumbent on you to enforce state rules, okay? You are the governor of your store. You are the governor of your employees. You are the governor of your family. But it is not incumbent upon you to enforce those rules. So you're going to have places that people do not want to wear a mask. You're going to have people that don't want to talk to your employees because they're wearing a mask. Okay, you're going to have different issues potentially with that. You just have to understand that you're the governor of you. It's going to be hard to make other people follow the rules, and all the regulations that I have read is that it's not incumbent upon you as the business owner to enforce that. Enforce that in your own people and your own employees, the things that you actually can control. Okay? And, encourage your customers, should that be your policy. But no, especially in some parts of the country, in Oklahoma, there's a tough bunch there. I've been to Oklahoma before. They can be a hardy bunch, so you have to decide on that. But do not get into a gunfight over masks. Okay, that is defeating the purpose. Okay, they are not your core customer. Again, if you have not applied yet for the PPP, I encourage you to get your application in. We can figure out the math, some of the math details afterwards of making sure that it converts to a grant, but it's more important at this point for you to get your application in. I either recommend finding a small local bank if you don't bank with one already, or working with one of the online lenders to make sure that your application gets processed. If you process your payroll in QuickBooks, again, that is a great solution for you because they're making it easy for people that process their payroll with QuickBooks. Your questions are here every night, 8 o'clock Eastern, and the NART's private Facebook page. Again, 8 o'clock Eastern, I'm here live every night. At 8 o'clock Eastern, or a few minutes late if I'm late, like I was tonight. I answer your emails and return your phone calls every day. And you email me those questions to Neil, Neil, Neil at ECIstores.com, Neil at ECIstores.com. We'll get you a call back. If you get a call or a FaceTime from a 508 number, that means it's coming from Neil. And you should take it. And I'm happy to take your call, and you have me until you hang up with me, which is usually longer than the 10 minutes that you say, I just have a quick question for. And that's okay. That's okay. Do not hesitate to reach out. That is what I am here for. I am here to make sure that we all arrive on the other side of this. These videos are live here every night at 8 o'clock Eastern on the NARTS Facebook page. They're copied over to Resale Strong, narts.org/Resale Strong, for you to share, keep organized with all your resale friends, even if they're not a member of NARTS. Even if they're a butcher, baker, or candlestick maker and have nothing to do with resale. Have them reach out. We are here to make sure everybody on Main Street survives this and thrives beyond it. Okay, we are going all the way. We're taking every business, every street in America with us. And then we get to do our world tour in the NARTS pink motorhome with the pink calculator on the side. That's the dream here, people. Every day we start with our good morning, good night book. Every day we start with our good morning, good night book. We start with that and then we end with that. For those of you that were not here tonight at the top of the program, our good morning today was good morning from the younger version of you, who couldn't wait to be you at this age right now. Our good night tonight is good night from the older version of you, who remembers the very moment you are in right now and is grinning from ear to ear because you have no idea about the wonders ahead. And oh my God, there are wonders ahead for us. They are. I promise you that. I am Neil Abramson. I like a good wedding. I like a good bar mitzvah. I like a good party. But I am here for you every night, live at 8 o'clock Eastern. Tomorrow is Self-Care Sunday. Do not forget to do something for yourself. The great kitchen sink recipe will be posted later tonight on the NARTS Facebook page and then over on Resale Strong. Thanks to Miss Adele, narts.org/Resale Strong. I am Neil Abramson. I'll see you tomorrow night at 8 o'clock because you, and especially you, are not alone running this store. It's dinner time or cookie time. I'm out of here, folks. See you tomorrow.